Hey team, welcome to this first tutorial. Uh, let's see. Oh, sorry. I just remembered that this tutorial is not a hacking tutorial, but I seem to have accidentally downloaded a few viruses. Let me go ahead and start deleting some of them since I'm in the registry anyway. We can get back to this later. I do have AVG antivirus, but it's the free version, so it's not offering much protection. So for this first tutorial, we will be working with C++. C++ is a beautiful language to work with, programming language. It's one of those that if you learn, you will automatically be able to learn other languages. Uh, we will be looking at the different input classes. Don't forget your brackets, open and close brackets, output statements, input, working with some variables. So we will be using this dev C++ 5.11. I believe this one is a bit outdated, but it will work for the purposes of what we're doing. We'll be compiling and running our programs in this. So let's get to what we're really here for. We will be trying or actually generating a program that will be used as a lottery predictive app or algorithm. The company that owns the game that we will be looking at is Supreme Ventures Limited. This is a Jamaican based lottery game with relatively reasonable odds. And this is why we chose this game as the example to work with. It's about understanding the odds or the structure of lottery games and how best to approach actually winning the game, winning the jackpot. So for the game of choice, it's the Lucky Five game. This company also offers several other games, including their biggest game, the Lotto game that actually branches into several countries across the Caribbean. So anyone from around the Caribbean can actually win the Super Lotto jackpot. But for the Lucky Five game specifically, it's about selecting five numbers from between 1 to 26. Your chances of winning is if you get five numbers correct, or 4 out of 5, or 3 out of 5. And their website is pretty user friendly. It actually shows you the winning numbers for previous days. The jackpot was won, how many persons won the secondary prizes, and they also provide beautiful historical data, which is vital for what we would like to do. This goes back for years, decades even, with all the draws. So this draw is draw number 6,000. So you have 6,000 numbers to see the pattern of their data, of the randomness of their games. And this is what our algorithm will use, our program will use to refine itself to be more predictive, to find a pattern, to see what is the best way to approach winning the actual game. And this brings us to the concept of combination, permutations, and factorials. So for this specific game, you're choosing a sample of 5 numbers from 26. The possible number of outcomes is 65,780. So if you only chose to buy a sequence of 5 numbers just once, your chances is out of the 65,780. But the trick to our concept of creating the program is to actually work with thousands of persons or hundreds of persons. So you and your coworkers at work, you and your entire community can pool your funds together to actually buy, let's say, 5,000 numbers out of the 65,780 instead of you alone choosing to buy one number. So that's the trick to our game. We will be finding the pattern in their historical data, writing a program to actually understand what is happening. So if we go to this Notepad Plus, we see that a number that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 will not play on a regular basis, but a number that's modeled like 3, 12, 17, 22, 24 has a greater chance of playing. This this type of number will play 4 to 5 times more than a number that looks like this. So our program will be designed to generate numbers that looks like this. The game can be in existence for up to 1,000 years before you see a number that looks like this. But a number that looks like this will play once every week, once every 3 months, so on and so forth. So we will design the program to generate thousands of numbers, hundreds of numbers that are modeled after these patterns that we can see in their data. So we have come to the end of the first tutorial. Thanks for joining.